I just unloaded all of my gear. I borrowed some stuff for an event, and I have to shoot a video after church down here in the offices. So I unloaded. I'm gonna bring some of the stuff up to the production room that I don't need down here. I'm gonna swap off little bitty boy for our big softbox. So bring all that to the production room and then get a start to this video. Got some gear, used some gear, and I got this massive drink from the gas station. One side note, I know I talked last video about these V-mount batteries. I'm chunking these. These were the old ones. I've kept them just as like a in case, because we bought those new ones and I'm like, oh, I'll keep these around just in case. With time, these are doo-doo. They just, I guess because it's been like, I mean, I don't know when they got them. They probably got them a couple of years ago, but with time, they've depreciated, and halfway through shooting, they'll just say that they're dead, even though they're not. Anyway, I climbed a flight of stairs, that's why I'm kind of talking fast, but it is First Wednesday. It's First Wednesday, so basically what that means is our normal service is we have worship all together and then everybody splits off. So we go from our city kids goes to city kids anthem, they go to their anthem, and everybody splits, and then they have the main for like the sermon. First Wednesday, everybody's all together all at once. So take y'all along, show y'all kind of what goes into First Wednesday, because it's a little different than our normal other Wednesdays. We actually have a team, so we'll have a technical director, we'll have camera operators, we'll be flowing because it'll be a full service with everybody in there, and it's bigger. Basically, our youth pastor is preaching tonight, so I gotta get the sermon ready for him because he found out pretty late that he was preaching. So I'm gonna pop down to our front of house booth and kind of get some stuff thrown in and get stuff ready. I'm still running front of house tonight, so I'm gonna grab my backpack, go load some stuff in. By the way, I really like this backpack. It's Peter McKinnon Nomadic bag. It's the smaller one, but I'll give a rundown of that bag one day. But yeah, I'll be back in a second. Okay, this is our Resolume setup. So, to get everything on, turns the LED screen on, and then you have to turn these on a certain order for some reason. Everything kind of boots up. Yeah, everything will come on. So, what's fun about this setup is it's two screens. So one, obviously two, and then we have these MIDI controllers for Resolume. So we essentially run, it's not open right now. This is actually my Dropbox. Hey Dropbox, get out of that. We run everything through Resolume. Sound has to turn on too. Boom, boot up. We run everything through Waves, audio-wise. So we gotta let that boot up. It's a process. Eventually, I wanna automate all this, where by literally press of a button, everything will just come on and be ready to go, because it can be kind of tedious. I mean, there's literally, hang on, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plus lighting. Thankfully lights were already on, house lights were already on, just to turn the setup on. So eventually it'd be nice to just have, can't let you know the passwords. Eventually it'd be nice, and I want to get to a place where everything is automated and everything is just ready to go. But till that point, all manual for now. This is Resolume. So when I fire like our pre-service stuff, boom. And basically what it's doing is this is if it's a video, but for our like worship stuff, we use layers. So we have our lyrics layered on, everything is in layers. So when I fire something, you have individual control over these layers, and you can add and whatnot, which there's no real, I'd have to show you Sunday show. But Very, very nice. I love Resolume. It's incredible. It's like Photoshop for live services. So we run everything through Resolume, and we have a wing that gets routed to Waves and then back into the board. So Waves is doing all of our processing for each channel and EQ and all the fancy stuff that is in the background that makes it sound good. And we don't sadly have a separate operator for broadcast, so it's kind of just one person runs and has to monitor both, which it's worked out so far. We have different effects that go to live stream that aren't in-house, so it makes it sound a little different, and it's cool to hear the difference. Okay, so I just turned on a light scene, and I am pumping the haze real quick. That way I can start looking a little good. I like to pump it a little early just to get it where I don't have to pump it during church or when people are practicing. Just get it all kind of heavy and then keep it going slow. But this is the stage. We used to have kind of a wider layout in terms of instruments, but we flipped everything to kind of more compact. So you have this lower LED screen, you have this middle LED screen, and then you have what we use as a lyrics bar. And then obviously these iMags, which they're not on right now because our camera's not on. So it's cool being able to use all these screens to kind of fill the space. And so majority of the time for worship, it's kind of just the same background, but you can utilize text in the center and use it as an actual, like, what would be a projector, but you can use it as a screen, and then lyrics bar. So like for sermon stuff, it's cool because I can take something completely different down here, have something up here, and have something up here that all applies to whatever the sermon was. So that's dope. I love the way the LED screen and we have all these trusses staggered. So you have a row of light, if it'll focus, a row of lights here, you have a row of lights with blinders here, and you have a row of lights with blinders back there, and movers. So kind of a cool stacked look. The only thing that eventually I think will change is right here. It looks really cool, and photos come out really cool right here. But if you're the average churchgoer and you're chilling, we'll just say in this row, it can get very cluttered. So I think the only way to alleviate that is to pull some of these, kind of stagger these more, where you have levels and maybe move the blinders down to where you're not having as much height. Because like I said, the pictures look really cool from here. When we get super wide and can get the singers the singer spots is right here. So when you're shooting right here, very cool effect. But eventually, I think it'd be cool to have more of a staggered, and may even move these blinders or movers to, you see these blinders up here, or not blinders, but movers up here, have another row of those at the bottom of this LED screen. Yeah, but EG1, organ when we have one, drums with a curved glass dome, super sick. I think it's plexiglass actually. Nord, and then bass lives kind of back here. And when we have an acoustic, he's kind of here, or if we get one that sings, he'll bring his setup out here and sing from here. So yeah, one little production / broadcast note, we have wireless transmitters, receivers in all of our cameras, so nothing's hardwired besides center and dolly. We zone them, so our stage 1 camera is here, and that line runs all the way up into the booth. And then we have another one that used to be a jib camera, so it's hardwired, like I said, all the way back into the booth, but it's wireless right here. So that's cool because our cameras can obviously be more, they have more range to roam as opposed to all of them being up there. We had problems where our stage cameras were losing signal because they were so far up here on stage, obviously, where they needed to be, but it's so far up to that booth. And then when service is happening and you have people, you have different frequencies hitting with sound and all that, it's kind of can be overwhelming. So we zone them, that way they're in their own little areas. This is our center cam. It's a 6K, and our dolly, that's a 6K. So super cool. We, the way we run this, our operator for center is our dolly operator. So we've had it works super well, where they bounce in between, and when they know when they need to go on center, because the welcome and anything that's happening with a talking head, and then they're on dolly otherwise. I feel like I'm talking lightning speed, and I think it's because I'm out of breath from the little gear that Out of Shape Dylan had to unload from his car, which is wild work, wild. So as you can see, it's already kind of getting a little thick in here. So I'm literally just gonna drop down and kind of let it just slowly run like 10%. That way it'll just kind of trickle out and fill in instead of just looking like a smoke screen up there. But game changer in terms of actually being able to use lighting. Okay, so I have to shoot a quick video. It's a PSA right after service. So that's why I was unloading that gear, and I gotta get some more gear down, which entails microphone, boom mic, XLR with the little adapter because Blackmagic is this little micro thing. So I'll need that. I will also need, I have the other light down there. I'm just gonna leave that and just grab the big boy softbox. I'll need that. So let me build this out over here. Things I'll need. Boop. Boom pole, C-stand, boop. And then tripod, which I'm probably just gonna use this instead of, I don't think he's gonna need a teleprompter. I better bring one just in case. We're gonna use that one. I'm gonna get all this gear downstairs because I can't hold a camera and carry all the gear and try and maneuver it. So we're gonna do that, get this thing set up, and then be chilling. Okay. All right. So, as you can see, the set is pretty much built. This light will be off, and so we'll have kind of an off-center angle right here. Softbox with a light, boom mic, opposite, and then that's coming to the camera. And then, yeah, this, I'm gonna do some surgery real quick because this has the V-mount battery plate and not the base plate that I need to be able to go into that. This is actually pretty cool. While I'm on the subject, teleprompter. So basically, this comes out, loosen that, this comes out, an iPad sits here, and it reflects the words. But the camera can't see it because the lens is up against the glass. So you put an iPad here, it plays the words in reverse, or backwards mirrored, and then it mirrors it to them. So if you have somebody, or any script, it's good for, because it's hard to remember long scripts. But I need to do some surgery real quick, and we'll get it built. Okay, I have thrown all that I need to into Resolume. Now it's just a matter of the operator getting here, which our operator that runs Resolume on Wednesdays also, Technical Directs, runs lighting and Resolume while I mix over here. Hey. Yoink, yoink. So yeah, that's the Wednesday process because less people, less teams, less all that. So, like I said, it's good to get people involved. It's easy to get people involved on Wednesdays, but a lot of times Wednesdays people work too. So what should be 5 jobs is 2 operators. So next thing you'll see on the mix.
Should I put it on 100 or 200?
What's that?
100.
I like that. I'm not mad at that. Sammy looks red. Oh my lord. Sorry.
I don't know. It was on 400.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
All right, what's up, everybody? Can we do